Hi, my name is Father Mike Schmitz, and this is Ascension Presents. So, with the new live-action version of Disney's The Little Mermaid coming out, I want to make a couple comments. Not on the movie, well, yes, on the movie. I wanted to comment on something that I noticed about the song. The song? Sitting there across the way, she don't got a lot to say. Hi, my name is Father Mike Schmitz, and this is Ascension Presents. So, with the new live-action version of The Little Mermaid coming out relatively soon, maybe it's already out, I wanted to make a couple comments on the story. Now, two quick things before everything else. There's some people online who are like really upset that in the original cartoon, there was a light-skinned girl with red hair who is Ariel, and in the new movie, the live-action movie, there's a dark-skinned girl with red hair who plays Ariel, and they're really upset about this. I'm very happy for this actress. I'm glad she got cast. I mean, it's the goal of every actor or actress to get in a big movie. She's in a big movie. It's like, go her. What I find really funny is people who are like, that doesn't make any logical sense. If she's under the water, her melanin wouldn't be dark, it'd be light. And I'm like, okay, bro. She also has a tail and she also breathes underwater. So I think the suspension of disbelief at this point is high enough that just let's go with it. Okay, that's the first thing. The second thing is I'm not commenting on Disney as a company or corporation or whatever it is, or even media in general. I know that there's a lot of things that are in our modern media are directly contrary to our Catholic faith, directly contrary to the gospel. And there's a lot of things in particular about Disney that definitely are not good. They wouldn't be commensurate with what we believe as Catholic Christians. Okay, I'm not talking about those things. So those people who are upset about this and like in the comments, like, I can't believe, I get it. What I do want to talk about is more fun stuff. I think I find it interesting and compelling. Here's what it is. I remember reading an article years ago about what they called like the Disneyfication of stories. And it was, they gave a couple examples and I thought, oh my gosh, this is so true. I never even realized this about how Disney has taken a bunch of like classic stories that even are stories with a lesson and made them their own, we'll say it like that. So even like the movie The Fox and the Hound, super sad, right? I mean, on its own, shed a little tear. Well, the original story of The Fox and the Hound is even sadder, if that's even possible, where the fox dies and the farmer ends up having to like put the dog down. She's like, wow, what a bummer. The Disney version is like much more chipper in comparison. The Jungle Book, oh my goodness. The original story by Rudyard Kipling ends so darkly. In fact, so dark that you might have to like turn this down if the kids are in the room. In the original, right, or sorry, in the Disney version, what happens? Well, after all the bare necessities of life and everything, at the end of the story, here's Mowgli by the water and he sees this other human being, other girl his age. And she looks at him and he kind of follows her to the village and he's like, and he follows her and that's the end of the movie. And you're like, bye, Mowgli, you're gonna live with people now. Well, apparently, in Rudyard Kipling's book, he follows her, just like it says in the movie. But when he gets to the village, all the villagers are like, no, this crazy, wild jungle boy. They all chase him out of the village. He comes back with all of his wild animals and they basically kill everybody in the village. It's a very, very different ending than the Disney version. And the Little Mermaid is kind of similar. We all are familiar with Disney's Little Mermaid. Did you know that at the end of Hans Christian Andersen's original story, The Little Mermaid, the prince doesn't choose her? That in the end of that story, the prince doesn't choose her. And because of that, as a consequence, she's destined to be sea foam for 100 years with an additional year for each tear a child cries. So basically, because the Little Mermaid wasn't chosen, she risked everything, wasn't chosen. And for eternity, she's going to be sea foam. Again, super sad, super tragic. Like I kind of like the Disney version more, but I remember noticing this a couple years back. I must have been rewatching this, I don't know. But I thought, wait a second, what is like the lesson of the Little Mermaid? Here is Ariel, and she's under the sea, but she wants to go up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. She wants to be wandering free, wish she could be part of that world. Right. And her dad says no, and her sisters all warn her against this, and everyone's trying to get her like, no, just stay here in the kingdom. You're a princess, for crying out loud. You don't have to escape anything. But she's like, nope, I'm gonna do what I wanna do. Even though they all warn her, do not do this thing. Because she wants to do what she wants to do, what happens? Well, her dad ends up becoming like this little shrimp thing, and the entire ocean is almost enslaved by Ursula, the sea witch, except for the fact that Eric, right, steers the little ship and kills Ursula, the sea witch, and then chooses her, of course. And then at the end, rather than, sitting her down and like, listen, you disappointed all of us. You risked all of our lives. You nearly killed Dad, as a little shrimp thing. You nearly killed all of us. And what happens? She ends up getting married and they couldn't be happier, right? It's like they're waving like, hey, we're super glad that you disregarded all of our advice and everything we asked you to do and just did whatever you wanted to do. We're super happy for you. We're glad you got everything you ever possibly wanted. Realize she made all these decisions, wrong decisions, bad decisions, risking everyone else's life. And we're all happy for you because in the end, you got everything you wanted. Have you ever noticed this? Again, I know right now I sound like a grumpy old man and I'm not. I find it funny. I find it really compelling because it's directly contrary to a life, right? And it's directly contrary to the gospel. St. Paul's letter to the Galatians, St. Paul says, don't be deceived. Every person reaps what they sow. Basically, hey, you sow or you plant corn, you're gonna get corn. You plant beans, you're gonna get beans. You plant nothing, you're gonna get nothing. This idea, this reality, this truth that we all know is that our actions, our decisions, our choices have consequences. And there's something that is just so powerful. Again, I'm not trying to hate on Little Mermaid. It's what it is. It's a Disney movie. And so that's it. But it just got me thinking, the stories we tell ourselves, the stories we tell our children, they have consequences. Just like our decisions have consequences. Our actions have consequences. The stories that we allow to shape our lives actually will shape our lives. And again, I am not an alarmist in this sense. I just think it's compelling and it's interesting and it makes me say, I want to choose to fill my mind and shape my imagination, to fill my heart with stories that shape my heart in the right way. Sometimes people use entertainment to escape reality. And sometimes we can use entertainment to enter into reality, right? Sometimes our entertainment covers over reality and kind of protects us from the harsh realities of life or even the beauty of life. And some entertainment, some stories, some songs, some books, some movies, some TV shows, they help us engage with reality. They peel away sometimes the veil and they show us the truth and the good and the beautiful in a way that we couldn't actually take in without that story. And I think that's the compelling thing about storytelling is we get to choose. We get to choose what kind of stories will shape our hearts and shape our minds. Again, The Little Mermaid, I remember when I saw it in high school or junior high, and I was like, this is incredible. This is awesome. Look at all this animation, great songs, super fun. And I still think it's super fun. I still like the songs. But there's something that also I just want to say, okay, let me pause and just ask the question, what is the story beneath the story? Like, in what way is my heart, my mind, my imagination being shaped? And I am the buzzkill. I got to tell you this right now. Not only right now on the internet, I'm the buzzkill. I'm the buzzkill with my family. I'm the buzzkill with my friends because we go watch a movie and I'll say, well, here's the interesting thing. Here's the lesson that story was trying to say. Here's the sermon they were just preaching to us. At the same time, if we just indiscriminately take in any kind of story, the story that just takes us out of reality versus the stories that help us enter into the true, the good, and the beautiful, it's going to shape us. They're going to shape us. Because not only, unlike Little Mermaid, do our choices have consequences, not only do we reap what we sow when it comes to our decisions, but the stories that we allow to shape us have consequences as well. So I just think, yeah, consume entertainment, like enter into entertainment. But I'm going to invite you to do what my parents did not let me do when it came to dinner time. Be picky. Be picky when it comes to the kind of entertainment that you allow to shape your imagination, to shape your mind, and to shape your heart. Anyways, that's what I got today from all of us here at Ascension Presents. My name's Father Mike. God bless. There you see her, sitting there across the well. She don't got a lot to say.